Good evening and welcome to Holy Innocents Golden Bears football powered by SUV TV. Alongside Dunn Neugebauer, I'm Ned Case. We are here in Sharpsburg, Georgia, south of Atlanta, south of the airport. We just kept driving downtown more, and here we got on the campus of Trinity Christian as the 5-2 Lions host the 3-4 Holy Innocents Golden Bears in a game with some huge playoff implications. Done.
Yeah, big game. Get a win here, and our last two games are against teams below us in the power rankings. Would really be nice going in at 6-4. You know, I'm not all that confident 5-5 will do it, assuming the last two wins. So, you know, we can put all worries aside with a win tonight, but we're going to have to do it against a really good team, I think ranked 10th in the power rankings.
Absolutely, yes. Trinity Christian coming in actually 12th in the power rankings. Holy Innocents at 25, just one spot out. That top 24 needed to make the playoffs. As we look at Holy Innocents, really both teams coming off bye weeks, had an extra week to prepare for this game. But Holy Innocents, it was a shootout, and shootout almost seems a little like I'm not doing it justice. 59-48 win over Strong Rock 2 weeks ago. 441 rush yards. Michael Cox had 4 touchdowns, one for 89 yards. Felton had a rushing touchdown. Davis had a rushing touchdown. Farrell had a big kickoff return. It was offense all over the place, but Leighton Dixon's defensive 90-yard pick six was the difference.
That was, because the way the game was going, no one was stopping anybody. They were coming back in to retake the lead, and then once he did that, that put us up 2 possessions. And since no one was stopping anybody anyway, that did it. 91 yards around left end, no one touched it.
And the captains meet at midfield. Graham Collins, Griffin McKinnis, Hunter Hawk, and Michael Cox, the captains for the Holy Innocents Golden Bears. Now we look at Trinity Christian. They're 5-2 on the year. This is their first season as a GHSA varsity program under head coach Kenny Dallas. 2 weeks ago, they got a 29-13 win over Landmark. This is a team, much like Holy Innocents, they're going to run. We've said this before, but their tendency is to run the ball, and they really want to establish the line of scrimmage, just like Holy Innocents is trying to do.
Yeah, this is one of those games we always talk about how it's going to be a fast game, and it never is. Because you know, Holy Innocents, same way. Ball control, Matt Davis runs the clock, handles the ball well. And, of course, now we got Devin Farrell into the equation also.
Yes.
But, yeah, both teams like to do basically the same thing.
We have a pair of 800-yard rushers in the game as Michael Cox leads Holy Innocents. He has 803 rushing yards on the season to go along with 13 touchdowns. And Trinity Christian's led by Zach Jones. He'll kind of line up anywhere, but he's got 796 rushing yards on the season in their win over Landmark. He had 12 carries for 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, Holy Innocents has seen the explosive running back multiple times this season. They've just got to contain it. And again, it just kind of seems like the explosive plays are what's haunted the Holy Innocents defense this year.
Yeah, we have been the victim of that. We got to, they've been trying to pick on our secondary, which I think has gotten better, a lot better. And, yeah, we got to wrap up.
Yes.
Got to wrap up.
And that leads us right into the keys to the game presented by Ed Voiles Automotive Group. And they're the same as they always are. It's about protecting the football, winning the field position battle, and as Dunn just mentioned, tackling. And you talk about that field position, which Coach Winter groups in with special teams. That kickoff return was kind of the first return that we've seen this year that's been explosive and game-changing.
Yeah,
I guess Alexander had a few early in the year. That was a big one and a big moment.
Yeah, Taekwon got his speed. You get him outside, and not too much catching that guy. Though I did see him limping a little bit today in the hall. Not a good sign.
So we will keep an eye on that. Alexander will be 13 in white. Holy Innocents, white helmets, white tops, white pants. Blake Dobbs puts his right foot into this one. It's going to be returnable, fielded by Neal inside the 5. He's returning right up the middle, looking for some blocking room. Has a little bit of room, and taken down by Williams. Excuse me, that wasn't Neal. That was number 2. Reed on the return. Shamari Reed, number 2 on the return there. We'll see him on the defensive side of the ball. So good starting field position here for Trinity Christian, their opening drive. Starting on 40-yard line. They've been led this year by the quarterback, the senior Zach Seymour. 5'11", 200 pounds. He'll be Don in the number 5 jersey. Had a rush touchdown last week, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago against Landmark. This offense put up 355 yards in that game, 309 of them on the ground. So we'll see if they go to the ground early. They bring a man in motion. Seymour gives. It's Johnson looking for room. Excuse me, Jones. Zach Jones picks up 2. Hunter Hawk and Graham Collins, the linebackers, in on the tackle. 4-2-5 defense for Holy Innocents. They'll rotate most of the guys on the front. Hawk and Collins pretty much always the linebackers. We've seen a rotating back 5 throughout the year. Shotgun for Seymour, and they bring a man on late. I guess they never huddled, so that is legal, but Holy Innocents should have a chance to substitute, but they give it on the jet sweep, looking for room, nowhere to go. Nice job filling was Graham Collins. That was Reed on his first carry.
Graham Collins and Hunter Hawk, that's 2 names we've called all year on defense. Hunter Hawk unofficially with 20 tackles 2 weeks ago. We talked about that, how with as much scoring as there was, I don't see how anybody could have tackled anybody 20 times. But anyway, he is our leader, and Graham Collins with a pick 6 at Mount Vernon.
As well as a touchdown pass on the offensive end at tight end.
He sure did. He sure did. At Pisgah, I think.
So 3rd and long here for the offense. Seymour's first possession, trying to move the chains. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. He wants to run, and Hunter Hawk's going to step up, get him for a sack. Sam Aiken in the defensive line forced him up in the pocket, and a punt situation here for Trinity on the opening drive.
Good defense. That was big right there. Make them go 3 and out right off the bat.
And you see, Seymour wants to run that football. He dropped back to pass. He looked really one way and then tried to go make a play. Nice job by the linebacker spying the senior quarterback. So Alexander stands back to return this punt on his own 20-yard line, expecting about a 40-yard punt. Low liner. Bounces at the 32. Alexander's going to field on the hop move of a short hop. Now he's coming to the near side. He's got some room to the sideline, crossing the 35, crossing the 40, taken down. Big tackle on the sideline, but a nice return there by the sophomore Alexander. He was taken down by number 8, Davis McMurrin.
Good field position. And it didn't look like his ankle was hurting very much there. He cut to the outside pretty quick.
Got a nice block. You see him. Big hit at the end of this play. A little bit high, nothing called. Nothing too malicious about it, but good starting field position. Ball on the 44-yard line for the junior quarterback, Matt Davis. He's kind of had the last couple games. They've been working in the freshman, but he's held steady. Had a big 65-yard touchdown run last week, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago. See how many times I do that tonight.
Yeah.
Davis gets the call. And it's going to be a give to Cox up the middle. He's going to pick up a few and roll over the pile for another 1. Gain of about 3-4 yards. They're going to spot him there. So nice pickup on first down. Cox, the main B-back, we'll see. Hunter Hawk will get some carries. The A-backs mostly are Felton and Vinchelette, but we'll see Alexander in there as well. And we mentioned last week 441 yards on the ground. Want to give a shout out to the offensive line, James Gleason, Blake Dobbs, Charlie Hawk, Richard Johnston, Will Harrell, and the tight ends, Will Shane, William Wills, and Graham Collins, who we mentioned. Handoff again, falling forward for only a yard is Cox. But always want to give those guys credit when they're due. Give it one more time here. Give these guys some love. James Gleason, the center, the guards, Blake Dobbs and Charlie Hawk. The tackles, Richard Johnston, Will Harrell, and the tight ends, Will Shane, William Wills, and of course, Graham Collins. And Shane checks in for Collins.
William Willis, actually.
William Willis, yes.
All good.
If we're going to give them some love, we might as well get their name right.
That's all right, it's all right. It's a lot of names.
So here we go, 3rd and 4. Bears want to cross midfield. They need 4. They give 2. No, keeper by Davis. Stays on his feet, crosses first down, has some more into Lions territory and knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Nice ball handling there by Davis. Picks up a big first down and a gain of 20 yards. Davis keeps, he almost gets tracked down from behind. Nice job picking his feet up through that ankle tackle attempt and picked up about 15 more yards after that.
He's done that pretty consistently this year. He gets through that hole off tackle. Has some pretty good blocking.
Coach Winter mentions his ability to read in this offense, which really is what makes it tick. Vinchelette in motion. Davis keeps on the midline looking for room. Sidestep the first would-be tackler. Picked up 4, bringing up 2nd and 6. Yeah, Davis kind of, he's got that shake. He does that little 1-2 move, gets upfield.
Quick feet.
Mm-hmm. Christian Paget comes in at receiver, brings the play to Davis. Same backfield, Felton and Vincilette, the A-backs. Coach Winter signals in the play change. 7:50 and counting on the clock here in our opening quarter. Give, Cox has room, first down, crossing the 20, 15, 10. He's going to get dragged down just short. Flag comes in for a horse collar tackle. They'll have him at the 2. It'll move to the 1 after the penalty, and a nice run there. 25 yards for Michael Cox. Or 24 to be exact, plus the added yard for the what we think will be a horse collar.
Yeah, I guess when he gets going, you tackle him any way you can.
No doubt, and they are going to waive it. So they may say they just grabbed the top of the jersey, not the horse collar, so it will stay as a 24-yard run. And ball at the 2-yard line, first and goal here. Holy Innocents on their opening possession, looking to punch this one in. Davis checks with the sideline. Give to Cox, stopped. No, he's in, reached across, touchdown, Michael Cox, his 14th of the season. And a great opening drive there for Holy Innocents. It started with a great punt return by Tyquan Alexander. And a big third down conversion on the keeper by Davis, and Michael Cox rewards the offense by getting in for 6 as Dobbs will come on for the extra point.
And cheers to the defense for setting the tempo on that 3 and out. Blake Dobbs. It's
gonna get through. It's one of his shorter kicks, but it goes. So 7-0 lead for Holy Innocents. And Dunn mentioned it. The defense came out, got a 3 and out. You know, gave up I think 2 rushing yards and then got a sack there. So really nice job by this defense, and they'll look to do it again. But that's, you know, that's just the start Coach Winter drew up as, especially, you know, when you drive, you know, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, you know, however long it took in traffic. You know, you want to get off the bus the right way, especially on the road, and for Trinity Christian on their senior night.
Yeah, well, driving's not the word for it as slow as I had to go. But anyway, they left early enough, though. They beat all this, and but it was, we have had some trips this year.
No doubt about it. So the Bears looking to make this one pay off big, and they're off to a nice start, 7-0, with just under 5 minutes gone in our opening quarter here in Sharpsburg, Georgia. So 3 deep again for Trinity on this return. Going to be McMurrin, the quarterback Seymour, and the guy who returned the last punt, Shamari Reed. Dobbs has it teed up on the left hash. He's going to put his right foot into it. That should go in for a touchback, and it will. So this starting possession, excuse me, this possession will start on the 20-yard line. Seymour will again lead this offense.
First and 10 lines at the on 20-yard line.
So Jones lines up to the left of Seymour. 2 receivers to the near side, a tight end, and a single receiver to the far side. They're going to hand off to Jones, and Michael Cox in there right away. No gain on the play.
Good push by the defensive front right there. He had nowhere to move right when he got that ball.
Actually a loss of 1 here, and we'll see on the replay. We talked about which team could capture that line of scrimmage is going to have the advantage, and the 2 teams that like to run the ball. Michael Cox right there in the backfield right as Jones took the handoff. 2nd and 11. 2 receivers each side. Jones motions to the slot at the top of the screen. Seymour in the back alone. Now they bring a man in motion. Seymour's going to throw. Looks left on the post intended for Jones. Just over his head. Alexander in coverage.
Simple slant. Threw it a little bit high. I think he had a step on his man, but couldn't connect.
But Holy Innocents with that the loss or the tackle for loss on first down puts Trinity Christian in a pass situation on second down, which you could see, they're just a little less comfortable with. They want to pound that football. We mentioned 309 rushing yards in their last game against Landmark Christian. And confusion out of the D line for Holy Innocents. They get set Seymour, and that's going to be a false start.
Yes, it was right end. It looked like.
So that'll make this third down even longer for the Lions.
False start against the Lions. Back to 5. Replay third down.
We saw there Griffin McInnes trying to get lined up on the defensive line, and I want to correct myself earlier. I said McInnes was one of the captains. It was actually Richard Johnson I was referring to, 54, not 50. Both of which are on the defensive line right now with Sam Aiken and Tyler White. 3rd and 16. Seymour checks with the sideline. They're going to stay in the same formation. Jones to the right of the senior quarterback. They bring a man in motion. Keeper by Seymour. He's looking for room and cut up underneath by Hunter Hawk, McInnes, and Tyler White in there as well from their defensive tackle positions. And another 3-and-out forced by this Golden Bears defense.
Good start. Defensive line looks really good. And they're getting a good push. And they're in the backfield, as you said.
And if you let those linebackers, Collins and Hawk, roam free, they're going to make some tackles.
Yeah, they sure are. So looks good early.
We approach halfway through our opening quarter. Seymour also the punter. That's a nice punt. It's going to land at the 40-yard line. Let's see how it bounces. Pretty neutral bounce, but rolls to the 35-yard line. And about a 50-yard punt there by Seymour. And that was big to flip the field with them pinned deep inside their own territory.
It was a good punt. Speaking of punting, I was watching Marshall Nichols, our punter before him. He's really developed into a really good punter. He's been averaging about 40 all year.
Yep.
But he was.
You could tell. He has the nice spiral that you see, from the guys on Saturdays and Sundays. So it's definitely an art, and just a sophomore.
Yeah. He's
been big for Coach Winter this season. They're hoping not to use him on this drive. Cox tripped up, stays on his feet, drives forward for about 2 to the 37-yard line.
Number 50, Cameron Helgis on the tackle. Number 35.
Yeah, I wasn't in saying we want to see him out there a whole lot.
Right. But Coach Winter's glad that when we've had to use them, and if anything, it's been a benefit. Like you mentioned, 40 yards, that can flip a field, especially with that being one of our Ed Voiles Automotive Group keys to the game, is winning that field position battle, which we know Coach Winter loves with his triple option offense. So 2nd and 8, keeper by Davis. He's going to cut it up and tackled near the line of scrimmage, falling forward for 1, and it'll bring it up 3rd and 7. So we'll see what Coach Winter does. Certainly anything kind of between those 40s is definitely 4-down territory for him. So we'll see if he plays this to try to pick up 4 yards and 4 yards, or tries to get a chunk play here on 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he's not scared to roll the dice. So if it's 4th and 2 or 3, probably see the offense stay out there, particularly as good as the defense looked on that Trinity Christian's first 2 possessions.
Keeper pitch out wide to Vincilette. He's going to have a first down. A rare carry for the senior Will Vincilette, but a flag is down near the line of scrimmage. Looks like we've got pink flags for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That's right.
So we'll have to train our eyes to look for pink instead of yellow, but hopefully won't be looking much. Right in the area of holding, but could be an offsides alignment. Looks like they're going to mark this one back. And look like they're going to get a chop block. So that one's going to be 15. That one's going to hurt this drive after Will Vincilette picked up about 8 yards on a 3rd and 7. But now it'll go back to a 3rd and 21. And now you imagine Coach Winter will get conservative with his play calling, especially as you mentioned with a punter like Marshall Nichols, who you can count on. But of course I say that, and we come out in the shotgun formation as Devin Farrell's in at quarterback. And they're going to throw for it. Farrell rolling to the near side. He wants to set up, throw deep. Now he's going to run, and nice pursuit there by the Trinity Christian defense. Gain of 2 on the scramble, but a punt situation. Good decision there by Farrell. Nothing open. Just tuck it, pick up what you can.
Yeah.
Especially the way the defense has been playing.
Sometimes the best play is no play.
Yes.
It's that simple.
And for a freshman quarterback taking his first snap of the game to understand that is impressive by him and well coached by Coach Winter and staff. So Marshall Nichols stands at his 10-yard line. Reed is the punt returner. And there's that high spiral. Reed's going to field it at the 34-yard line, looking for room here to the near side, and is going to get tackled at the 46-yard line. So a 12-yard return there by Reed will put the ball near midfield as the Lions look to cross into Bears territory for the first time this evening. Finally got that fall crisp in the air. Low 60s here tonight. We didn't know if fall would ever come.
Yeah, you'd think it was mid to late October or something. Yeah, I know as a cross-country man, I'm really glad to be feeling this.
But it does mean some cold mornings for you.
Yeah, cold mornings, but the temperatures drop and so do the times, so I'll take it.
So 1st and 10 for Seymour and the Lions. Looking to pick up their first down of the game. They give to Jones. He has nowhere to go, but makes something out of nothing and picks up 3 yards. Spencer Getz was in the backfield quick, but a nice move by Jones sprung him free. So Zach Jones, a senior, along with the quarterback Seymour. And handoff again to Jones. He's coming to the near side and tackled there by Graham Collins as well as Griffin McInnes. So another 3rd down situation for Trinity Christian. Ball right at midfield. They need to get to the Holy Innocents 45-yard line. Jalen Neal comes into the game. So 3rd and 5, under 3 minutes to go here. Dixon rolls up in press coverage at the top of the screen. Neal in motion. They're going to keep it with Seymour coming to the near side, looking for room. Spencer Getz forced him out of bounds, short of the 1st down. Nice job there by the defensive lineman Getz moving down the line, and it'll bring up a 4th and short. And it looks like we're going to turn this one into a little bit of a field position battle, but with Seymour as your punter, got to be ready for any kind of gadget play here on a 4th and 2. For now, Seymour drops back into a punting position. Alexander and Holy Innocents. Coach Winter's going to call a timeout. He had a nice 20-yard sprint there, getting to the official. And I think Holy Innocents had, I'm not sure if they had too many or just didn't have the right personnel, but a good decision there on 4th and 2.
Maybe he was smelling a fake punt. Like you said, the quarterback's the guy. And plus, pretty good field position, so it wouldn't be the dumbest of moves for a fake punt here.
And we'll see if Trinity Christian and head coach Kenny Dallas change their mind out of this timeout. But while we have a timeout, we want to let you at home know that you can be part of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club. Just visit hiestdclub.org/join. Find out how you can be part of the Touchdown Club. And Holy Innocents, 1 touchdown on the evening, and that's all that's been needed to hold this lead to nothing. As a 4th and 2, and Seymour stays in a pump position. And nobody deep for Holy Innocents, so they're going to play this one safe. Seymour catches, punts, takes his time, but he tried to do a little too much with that. His knuckling, and it's going to take a Holy Innocents bounce and get down to the 22.5-yard line. So nice backspin put on the punt by Seymour. He just didn't quite get enough of it, and Holy Innocents will start this drive on the 22. Good field position. 3rd drive of the game. Penalty hindered the last drive, leading to a punt. So Davis breaks the huddle. Cardian splits out to the left side at receiver. Cox stays in with Vincilette and Felton. Vincilette in motion, and they almost got Trinity to jump. Yeah, I think Davis actually kept that one and got tripped up at Cox's feet. So that's going to be a loss of 1 on a little bit of bad luck for Holy Innocents as Davis gets up a little ginger. And now I think he may want to get himself checked out, and they'll have to get Farrell ready to go. So Davis comes gimping out. He heads straight to the trainers. Looked like he stepped right on Cox's foot, or their feet got tangled up. So hopefully a quick tape job and get that fixed up, and we'll get the junior back on the field. But for now, the freshman Farrell, he's got plenty of experience, played a lot against Mount Vernon, and led them almost all the way to a comeback. He takes the first snap, pitches out to Vincilette. Vincilette is going to get taken down at the line of scrimmage. Padgett trying to block Neal. Nice play by the corner.
Number 7. Will Vincilette on the right side.
So 3rd and 9, gain of 2 on that play. And with Farrell in, let's see if they go back to that shotgun look that we saw in the last 3rd and long as Ronnie Williams brings in the play. Nice crowd for both sections here. Holy Innocents traveling pretty well, packing out the away section, albeit pretty small, but filling it up nicely. 3rd and 9. Farrell gives to Cox. Cox spinning, has a first down, still spinning, and he goes across the 35-yard line. He kind of disappeared in that pile. 3 spin moves later, it's a gain of 20.
Michael Cox brought down by number 7, Jalen Neal. He picks up their first down.
So first down by Cox. See on the replay, I think my original math of 15 was closer on that carry. Under 30 seconds to go in our opening quarter, likely the last play, as long as it's on the ground. Farrell keeps looking for room on the midline, dives forward for about 3.
Number 2, Devin Farrell. Number 50, Cameron Helgett on the tackle.
So I believe that will close out our opening quarter here at Trinity Christian as the host Lions trail Holy Innocents 7-0. Coach Winter's squad off to a nice start in a game with some big-time playoff implications, looking to drive home tonight back north with a win. We'll be back on SUV TV's coverage of Holy Innocents Golden Bears right after this.
Whoop, that don't sound good.
And we're back here for second quarter action here at Trinity Christian as the Lions celebrate senior night. 14 seniors for this Trinity Christian team in their first GHSA varsity season, but right now they trail Holy Innocents 7-0. Alongside Dunn Neugerbauer, I'm Ned Case. Thanks for tuning in to SUV TV's coverage of Holy Innocents football. So 2nd and 6 after Michael Cox picked up 4 yards on the first down play. They're going to go back to Cox. He's going to keep it and get taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
They got to him the way you have to before he gets going.
So 3rd down, Michael Cox picked up 15 yards on the last 3rd and long. See what Coach Winter has in store on this one. Farrell still in at quarterback. Saw Matt Davis, a little bit of a, looked like he stepped right on the foot of Michael Cox on a give earlier in this drive, so he went to the sideline, hobbling off, getting checked out by the trainers. So Farrell stays in. Vinchellette in motion. Farrell's going to roll out to his left. He throws it deep past Collins and over his head. And a late flag comes in.
Oh, yeah, right at
near where the quarterback got hit. And looks like a Trinity Christian defender trying to plead his case, which would be good news for Holy Innocents. As the officials discuss.
Yep, roughing the passer.
And it will be personal foul, roughing the passer, so a free first down for Holy Innocents, and they'll take that, especially after a 15-yard penalty forced them to punt on the last drive, and they're now into Trinity Christian territory. And Coach Dallas looking for an explanation. Looked like they got number 16, Brennan Burks, on that one. So 4-2-5 defense as well for Trinity Christian, or excuse me, 3-4 as they roll up the edges. Farrell Keefe pitches out to Vinchellette, and a nice tackle there on the edge. That was number 3, Carson Walter, tackle for a loss of 1.
That was a good tackle.
Good. And you see with Farrell, just the pitching and the spacing just a little bit off, you know, with Davis, and you know, that just comes down to, I think, you know, first team reps in practice, but you know, Farrell's also a starter on the defensive side of the football, so he's got to get those reps as well.
Yeah, a little adjustment to be made by everybody.
Tight formation, Padgett the receiver, tight to the formation on the near side. Give on the middle to Cox. He's going to pick up about 4 yards and get to the 40-yard line. He busted through that hole, but a nice tackle there by the Trinity Christian defense. 22, Danny Baird in on the tackle. So another 3rd and long here for Holy Innocents. Likely 2-down territory, I would think, for Coach Winter, but hoping to not get there and pick it up on this 3rd down. Same backfield we've seen all games. Cox at the B-back, Vinchellette in motion with Felton at the A-backs. Keeper by Farrell. He's going to stick his foot in the ground, close to first down yardage, about a half yard short, and there's no doubt Coach Winter's going to go for this one. Good patience and decision making there by the freshman quarterbacks you see on the replay. Defensive back did a nice job of playing too, and Farrell just made the decision, I got to get upfield, and they're going to be a half yard short. Just smells like Michael Cox territory right here.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So we talked about the importance of winning the line of scrimmage in pregame. Here's a big chance for Holy Innocents to do that. 4th and short, looking to go in and make this lead larger than it is. Give to Cox. He's going to have the first down. Picked up 2 yards there. Chains move. First down with the ball on the 32-yard line.
That roughing the passer penalty, huge so far.
Holy Innocents taking advantage of the second chance they were given. Felton signals the call out to Padgett, who lines up at receiver here at the bottom of the screen. Farrell keeps, pitches, Vinchellette wants the edge, cuts it upfield, is going to have close to first down yardage. I think he got it. He tackled the 20-yard line, and a good decision there by Vinchellette to just get upfield. And Felton did a nice job sealing the edge there on the block.
We usually call Vinchellette's name for blocking, speaking of.
For blocking for Felton. This time we had Felton blocking for Vinchellette.
Right.
And he did a nice job there, giving Vinchellette an alley. And into the red zone, Holy Innocents goes. Coach Dallas pleading his case with the officials. Williams, the receiver, tight to the formation at the top of the screen. Give to Cox, and I think the ball's on the ground.
Oh, gosh.
The handoff looked a little wonky. And the ball's with Trinity Christian, and they have it. I think I haven't seen an official signal yet, but it will be. So a turnover in the red zone there for Holy Innocents. Farrell and Cox, a little bit of a bobble on the exchange there, and Trinity Christian catches a break there.
Yeah, that was pretty big. Looked like we were going in, up the lead, 2-possession lead. But keep the good defense the way it's going, you know, keep Todd Winter's team plays.
Absolutely. Farrell trots to the sideline, gets his gloves on to play corner. Actually, I think he just put a right one on. I think he's playing with the left one. Empty backfield for Seymour. He's going to run right. Quarterback power, has some room, has a first down, and runs into his own blocker, staying on his feet, though. Pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So the first down of the game comes on an explosive play for the quarterback, Seymour, 20 yards on the carry. And just a straight quarterback power there. Hat on a hat. Graham Collins just couldn't quite corral Seymour, and quickly getting to the line are the Lions. Seymour, same formation, trips now to the near side, though. They're going to run the same play. Quarterback power to the left. Nowhere to go. Ronnie Williams making a great play on the outside. Loss of 4. And we talked about that rotating back 5 we've seen for Holy Innocents. Ronnie Williams is newer to the defensive side of the football this year.
I know. We call his name as a receiver, but he did a good job right there.
So he's out there with Dixon, Farrell, Felton, and Alexander in the defensive backfield. We've also seen Tyler Rowe out there at corner, along with a few others. Bo Maxwell, one of them. Seymour is going to give to Jones. Jones looking for room, has a little bit, but tackled at the, he got a generous spot there to the 48-yard line. The officials are deciding, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
21, Jack Felton.
Trinity Christian offense playing with some pace now, getting to the line quick, snapping the football, hand off to Jones, looking for room, nowhere to go. Great tackle. I think that was Graham Collins getting in there. It was, and a big tackle bringing up a 4th and 2. And I think it's going to be a punt situation for Trinity Christian. So they're going to continue to play the field position battle.
That's a tale of two coaches. We'd have our offense on the field right there, around midfield with 4th and a yard, with Michael Cox in the backfield.
Yep. So Seymour drops back to punt again. When the quarterback's the punter, you got to be ready for anything. Seymour is going to punt this one. He puts that backspin on it again. Alexander's going to field it and return it at the 10-yard line. Makes the first man miss. Spins off another tackler. Come to the near side and track down at the 18-yard line. So an adventurous return and a return of 8 by Alexander there. Probably a good decision to field that one. I think it could have bounced and settled inside the 5 or the 10. So the defense comes up big again. They gave up the explosive first play of the drive, but then buckled down and forced a punt.
Yeah, love what I'm seeing out of the defense. Really good.
So Farrell's going to stay in at quarterback. Trying to see if we can see Jones if he's walking around or has a helmet on. I don't see anything. We'll keep you updated as we can see and try not to assume too much one way or the other. So Alexander in at A-back for the first time. He checks with Farrell. Give to Cox, falling forward. Picks up 3. Even when Cox gets hit to the line with his low pad level, he falls forward for at least 2 or 3. As we approach the halfway mark of our opening quarter, or excuse me, opening half. 5 and 2 Christian, Trinity Christian. 3 and 4 Holy Innocents. Both teams with the playoffs ahead of them control their own destiny. Keeper by Farrell, looking for room, spins off one tackle and driven down into the ground. That was a nice tackle there by Burks, who was called for the roughing the passer earlier. 3rd and 4 for the Golden Bears offense. So Alexander stays in with Vince Gillette as the A-backs. Cox, the only B-back we've seen so far tonight. Williams tight to the formation. They've been trying to get in between the guard and the center with this formation, and Farrell's going to keep this one to the edge. Pitch late. Alexander's got a first down. And impressive ball handling by both Alexander and Farrell to make that late pitch happen and pick up a much-needed first down. Alexander making some plays early in this game.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's limping out there. I might have missed. Maybe I saw the wrong kid. It looks like he's pretty quick.
It's also amazing what a little bit of an adrenaline rush can do to an injury.
That's right.
So Alexander stays in with Vince Gillette. Cardian comes out to the bottom of the screen as the receiver. And I think they got him to go. I guess they're going to say they didn't jump in the neutral zone. Offense resets. Vince Gillette in motion again. Confusion there by Farrell. And dives forward to pick up 2. Looked like he turned the wrong way. Got a little something out of the miscommunication. Graham Collins will come in at tight end. Will Shane goes to the sideline. Second and 8, under 5 to go. 2 timeouts remaining for Holy Innocents.
Second down and a long 8 for Holy Innocents.
Vince Gillette in motion. Farrell's going to throw. Straight drop back. Steps up in the pocket. Nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked. And the offensive line, Richard Johnston and a couple of other guys looking for something out of the officials, but nothing doing. It'll bring up a 3rd and 11 there as Farrell got sacked for a loss of 3. So 3rd and 11, the Bears have converted a couple long ones. 11 would be the longest they've converted so far tonight. Vince Gillette in motion. They're going to fake the pitch. Rolling to the near side is Farrell. Looking for somewhere to go, and he's going to be sacked with a flag coming in, I think, for a block from behind. Sack on the play there by Bruin Hayes.
Yeah.
See, rolling to the near side, and great pressure there by Trinity Christian, not giving up the edge. Great job there by number 4, Bruin Hayes, who comes up with a sack. So back-to-back sacks force a punt for Holy Innocents. So now Trinity Christian will get the ball back. They've got their full complement of timeouts. Marshall Nichols goes through his steps. Shamari Reed set up to return, standing on his own 35-yard line. Low snap, Nichols handles, and he's going to get taken down. And Trinity Christian is going to have great field position at the 11-yard line. A low snap that Nichols couldn't quite field clean. It's going to be, that won't go as a true turnover, but the second essential turnover in this game.
Yeah, this is big. Both happened in opposite red zones.
Yes.
Ah.
So we'll see what this defense come up there. One more stop, maybe hold this Trinity Christian offense to a field goal. But Seymour and the Lions want more as they get a man late on the field. Trotting on the field is number 80, Jordan Mitchell. Tight formation, and they're going to give to Jones, and a whistle blows. Timeout called by Trinity Christian. So Trinity Christian uses their first of 3 timeouts while we got the break. We'll once again remind you at home, if you want to become part of the Holy Innocents football program, you can join the Touchdown Club. Just visit hiestdclub.org/join. Find out what level of sponsorship you can be a part of. Be part of the team that supports this team and the behind the scenes Touchdown Club. hiestdclub.org/join. Trinity Christian trotted a guy out late, got lined up, and then called a timeout. I'm not sure if the play clock was running down or if there was just still confusion.
Yeah, this is a big possession for them. They want more than 3 out of this. We just handed them the ball at the 11, so they can't afford a penalty or something to put them back. They're going to be caught. Plus, like I say, they had all 3 timeouts.
Yep. But time not their concern anymore after the low snap. Led to great field position for Trinity Christian after the punt. Same tight formation for Seymour. Jones in the backfield with him. Give to Jones, looking for room, and going to be taken down. That was actually McMurrin on the carry. Down to the 8-yard line, pickup of 3.
Picks up about 3. Davis McMurray.
So Davis McMurray gets his first carry of the game, and he's going to stay in the backfield. Looks like he's a little bit more of the power back to Jones' speed. Here goes Seymour coming to the outside. Nice job taking away the edge. It's going to be a race to the pylon, and Seymour's going to win it. So Trinity Christian takes advantage of the bad snap on the punt, and from 8 yards out, Seymour gets the first touchdown of the game for the Lions. See on the replay, Holy Innocents was trying to set that edge, not give it to him, but nobody else flowed to the ball in time, and Seymour shows some of that speed. And Zach Jones coming on late.
99, Ethan Aldridge set up for the extra point.
So extra point will be attempted and drilled through. Looked like it was going to go a little bit wide. That was Ethan Aldridge on the kick. And so the mistake comes back to haunt Holy Innocents, but you got to put that one behind you and see if you can't put points on the board here before the half. .250 to go in the second quarter. 2 timeouts remaining for Holy Innocents, who will get the kickoff and will also receive to start the second half. So a chance to go 2 for 1 here. See if maybe Alexander or Farrell can get things started with a nice kick return. 2 guys who we've seen have the ability to do that. Alexander already with a pair of nice punt returns tonight. So Aldridge gets ready to line this one up and sets it on the right hash to the far side.
Make sure all parents for football players and cheerleaders, seniors are on the track. Meet Coach Hanson.
So Alexander and Farrell standing on their own 8-yard lines. Alexander will field it at the 7. He's going to come to the near side and now going to try to reverse direction, spins around, and it's going to be taken down short of the 20-yard line. So Alexander with the return of about 12 yards gets the ball to the 19, and Farrell is going to stay in at quarterback.
Now we'll see if we can get the scoop on Davis at halftime.
Looks like I see Davis standing on the opposite 40-yard line. Doesn't have a helmet in his hand. Looks like one of the trainers is walking around with the helmet, so we'll assume that's his. So for now, it's going to be Farrell at quarterback. Certainly a freshman who's capable. He keeps it and has a little bit of room, tripped up. Somebody just got his ankles or he had a hole. Pickup of 4, nice gain on first down. So Bruin Hayes on the tackle there. We approach 2 minutes for Holy Innocents. Christian Padgett, the receiver, comes here to the near side. Felton back in for Alexander. Give to Cox. And the pile ended up at the 26-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd and 3. Golden Bears need the 29-yard line for a first down. Minute 40 to go. And a big 3rd down for both teams here. If Trinity can get a stop, they may call a timeout, see if they can't get more points before the end of the half. I think if Coach Winter gets a first down, he'll start picking up the pace of the offense. So Cardian, the receiver, tight to the formation next to the tight end, Johnston. Farrell gives to Cox, and it's going to be the 28-yard line. He's just short, and timeout is called by Trinity Christian. Cox picked up 2, needed 3. It'll bring up 4th and 1. Trinity Christian called a timeout. You got to imagine Coach Winter's a little bit tempted to go for this one, but there's still a lot of field to gain if you do. But you don't want to give it back to this Trinity Christian offense.
Yeah, if it were me, I would kick it away right here.
I think I'm with you on that one.
The defenses look really good. We
Yep.
get the ball back to start the second half. You know, we pretty much handed them their touchdown. They're all.
Yep.
We gave up a 21-yard run from scrimmage.
Yep, you're
Other
right.
than that, the defense has been pretty much flawless.
Yep.
So I would put faith in a defense that's getting the job done.
But Coach Winters got the offense still on the field. He does have 2 timeouts, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this be trying to get the defense to jump off sides, and you see Coach Dallas telling his guys to watch the football. And they are going to run a play. They give it to Glenn. A whistle blew before the snap. And, oh, there's a flag. I think it's going to be a false start.
And it is.
And it is. So now Coach Winter will punt. And that may have worked out because Cox got hit right at the line of scrimmage. So Marshall Nichols will go back to punt. Low snap last time. Gave Trinity Christian their touchdown as they had a short field to work with. Reed back deep to return. Another low snap. This one handled by Nichols. Good punt. On field on the run. I think it hit Reed. I think that's a live ball. Hunter Hawk's got a chance at it. And Hunter Hawks is going to maybe keep it in bounds. There's a flag thrown. I think that was meant to be
For the fumble.
a beanie.
That's what I was thinking.
And I don't know if Hawk got that one before it went out of bounds. So hard to pick up a football when you're going full speed. And now a very important discussion by the officials. 1, did Reed touch it? 2, did Hawk get it before the ball went out of bounds? And with 60 seconds on the clock, both teams dying to know where this is going to end, and it looks like Trinity Christian's going to end up with the football. And I don't know. So a block in the back was thrown on Trinity Christian. I think they're going to say whoever was chasing down Hawk to try to get the football shoved him in the back.
Which might not have been that bad.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess the ball will likely be spotted where it went out of bounds and then walk back 10 yards from there. So all in all, I don't know if penalties go towards net punts, but if it does, that's going to help Marshall Nichols average quite a bit. That's Holy Innocents punted from their own 20, and the ball ends up on the Trinity Christian 10-yard line. Minute left, 1 timeout. We'll see how aggressive the offense here is, led by Seymour. They're going to hand to Jones, looking for room, and well stood up there by the front 6 for Holy Innocents. Now here, if you're Holy Innocents, you got to keep everything in front of you, make first-time tackles. Don't allow anything explosive. Seymour again in the gun with Jones. This time Jones to his right. 30 seconds. Seymour's going to snap, hands to Jones, coming to the left side, and Hunter Hawk is going to pick him up and drop him for a gain of 1. And unless either team calls a timeout, likely the final play of our opening half. And with Trinity Christian jogging to the sideline there, the locker room, that will be the final play of our opening half. So 7-7 the score, and a half that was really dominated by Holy Innocents, although the score doesn't reflect that, Don.
Yeah, our first big mistake when we fumbled in the red zone, we were going to go up by 2 possessions.
Yep.
We figured we got to figure we at least get a field goal with Blake Dobbs' range, maybe a touchdown, and then we fumbled it on our 11 or the snap.
Yep.
But otherwise, look, defense really strong,
Yes.
really strong, and you know, this is a Holy Innocents team. Looks like they're playing with confidence. Just made a couple mistakes, but you know, half to play.
Absolutely. Unofficially, I think the defense has given up less than 50 yards of total offense. You know Trinity Christian will make some halftime adjustments. You know, Coach Winter's got to figure out what he's going to do with the quarterback. We'll see if we see Matt Davis back in the second half or if they stay with Farrell. So we'll be 20 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll see what things look like. But for now, Holy Innocents in a good position, tied 7-7. We'll get the ball to start the second half. We'll be back for the second half on SUV TV's coverage of Holy Innocents Golden Bears football. Welcome back to second half action here at Trinity Christian School in Sharpsburg, Georgia. Alongside Dunn Neugebauer, I'm Ned Case. 7-7, our halftime score. A little bit different than the shootout we had 2 weeks ago in the Holy Innocents' last game. But a very strong half for Holy Innocents. Defense played great. Offense, the one big fumble and the special teams mistake really left Trinity Christian in this game, but you've had control of it. You just got to grab control to start the third quarter. Yeah,
defense really solid. Our two mistakes, one kept points off our side of the board, and one that put points on theirs.
Yep.
But, like we said, Trinity Christian had one 21-yard gain from scrimmage. Otherwise, I think they threw it once, maybe twice. We got them 3 and outs continuously.
Yep.
And then we scored on our first drive, and then we looked like we were going to score again, and we put it on the ground. I guess the big key in the second half is will we see Matt Davis back out on the field.
Yep, we were just talking about that before we came on air. Looked like he was walking around with his helmet, on top of his head. Not too much of a limp, but again, you just never know. It's going to be something. He takes one snap, tries to make it happen. It's just not happening. Farrell filled in well, but Davis just operates this offense so well. You might not get the explosiveness that you may get out of Farrell, but just the consistency of the ball handling, making the right read consistently. I just think Coach Winter can do a little bit more of a true triple option with a veteran like Davis.
Yeah, you got assets for both, and they're both good options for you. I think like the Mount Vernon game was more of a Devin Farrell kind of game where you need. This is the kind of game where Matt Davis, I think, could shine.
Grind out kind of game.
Yeah, just like you said a while ago. Grind out, run the clock, run the offense, take care of the football. Nothing against Devin because he can throw it. He's one of the best athletes on the field, and he'll prove that again in basketball season if you don't believe it after football. But we'll see. We're about to find out very shortly.
No doubt about it. Farrell back deep to return this kick along with Alexander. Aldridge will tee this one up. His last one was fielded at about the 7-yard line, so we'll see if this one's returnable as well. It was a first quarter touchdown run by Michael Cox that gave Holy Innocents the lead, and then as Dunn mentioned, the bad snap on the punt gave Seymour in the offense the ball at the 11-yard line. He took it in from 8 yards out 2 plays later. So here goes Aldridge, third quarter getting underway. That's a low liner. It's going to be fielded on the hop by Alexander at the 11. He's looking for room, now goes to the far side. He's got some white blockers in front of him and is going to get tripped up at the 32-yard line. So a nice return, about 21 in good starting field position for the Golden Bears as Matt Davis jogs back onto the field.
Okay, there's her answer.
So it looks like the right leg and leg ankle, we're not totally sure. It looked like, again, he stepped on the foot of Michael Cox during a handoff in that first quarter.
It's never good to step on a moving object.
Right.
And it seems like that's what happened. We're a ways away from the field, but it's a pretty good guess.
Vincilette trying to get Trinity to move. They don't. Give to Cox to start the second half. And it's going to be a gain of, now the pile keeps moving, but they blow the whistle dead. And Richard Johnston with the pancake, 12 yards downfield.
We saw that at Mount Vernon, and the call did not go our way.
So a gain of, now they've moved the football back from where it was originally spotted, a gain of 2. Not the most generous spot for Holy Innocents, but a gain of a few on first down. Padgett comes in at receiver. Vincilette, Felton, the A-backs with Cox. Cox lines up 3 yards behind Davis. Davis keeps, pitches out to Vincilette. Vincilette trying to get to the edge, and it's going to be a hold on Felton. And Davis looked a little bit uncomfortable on that pitch, just with that kind of plant foot to get the ball out to Vincilette.
And going that way, he's got a plant on that foot. And he did look a little uncomfortable, though he got a pretty good pitch out. But it looks like we're going to get flagged for holding.
And no gain, so it could be declined to bring up 3rd and long. We'll see what Coach Kenny Dallas opts to do. Again, first year in GHSA football for Trinity Christian. 5-2 on the year, 12th ranked in the power rankings right now. And they will decline it, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 8. So a long third down here. Farrell's going to be in at quarterback, and he's going to be in the shotgun. Vincilette and Felton line up in their normal A-back spots. Now Felton in motion. Let's see if they roll left. They will. He's got Felton, but he wants to throw it to the middle. Pass was tipped and falls aimlessly to the ground. It looked like he had felt, and he was trying to get Ronnie Williams in the curl route, but nothing doing there. Brings up punt situation. So nice start for the Trinity Christian defense in this second half.
Marshall Nichols on.
Reed back deep. He's going to have a blocker there with him, 23, Cody Jones-Price. Jones-Price plays defensive back, had 2 picks against Landmark in the Lions last game. Higher snap to Marshall. Good punt.
Good punt. Really
Reed's
good punt.
going to back up inside his 20, fielded backpedaling. Now he's going to look for room on the far side. Leighton Dixon not giving him the sideline, but Reed making something out of nothing, getting up to the 39-yard line. There is a flag back where Nichols punted, but not quite all the way back where the punter was, so there may have been a hold by the punt team on the rush. Almost a 20-yard return there by Reed on that punt.
Yeah, they got good field position.
And it looks like it's going to go against Trinity Christian. So that'll back up Trinity Christian 10 yards from where they are, so only a net of about 10 on that return. Ball will be spotted at the 29-yard line. Or
maybe more.
Yeah, it looks
or less, however you want to say that.
So they go to the spot where the punt was fielded, which was the 19. And they say block in the back. So I guess they're going to mark it off from the 19. So that
puts it at the 9.
Quite the flip in field position. Looked like they were going to start the drive at the 39. Now they're going to start the drive at the 9. So Zach Seymour will lead this offense. One of the 14 seniors recognized at halftime. They said he's going to play football at Cornell University.
Well, speaking of seniors, one good thing I like, Holy Innocents has 6 football seniors. So you really got to like the
absolutely.
The future's now in one sense. You got a good season going here, but 6 seniors. Most teams, even as schools are small, small as our schools, have 14 or what.
Jones in motion. They give it to him on the jet sweep. Spencer gets, and Collins there for the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Good job there by Getz stringing it out, and Collins flowing from his linebacker position. Getz has played a nice game from his defensive end spot.
Yeah, he's only a junior. There's another, yet another good underclassman. Athletic family. His sister is an all-region volleyball player as of last Saturday. It was just named, and she's only a sophomore. So
young athletic talent all over the place for Holy Innocents athletic program. And it looks like we may have a false start, and it is. So that's going to back up Trinity Christian even further. So they're putting themselves in a hole. Ball will be spotted at the 4.5-yard line as they mark off half the distance to the goal. So 2 minutes gone in this third quarter, and I think we've had 3 flags.
And the first half went so smooth, so fast.
It was about a 50-minute first half.
It really was.
Keeper by Seymour, and he's popped right away. Trying to see who that was. I think it was Michael Cox there, blasting Seymour as soon as he took the shotgun snap.
Big play here. Hold them here, get some real good field position.
3rd and 15, ball on the 4. Let's see what Trinity Christian opts to do here. They haven't thrown the ball with a ton of success. There's been some success with the quarterback power run game. That's where they picked up their biggest chunk play, Seymour's 20-yard run. He's going to have empty backfield, 2 receivers each side, and a tight end at the bottom of the screen. Seymour on the quarterback power, looking for room, and take it down. Hunter Hawk with a great tackle at the line of scrimmage. Looked like there was going to be a little bit of a hole opening up for Seymour, and then all of a sudden he was on the ground with Hawk at his ankles.
Hunter Hawk. We said it, man just loves to be on the football field.
20 tackles in the game against Strong Rock. And Strong Rock's quarterback, Demetrius Knight, was headed to Georgia Tech, so it's not like you were tackling some nobody out there.
Right.
So Seymour standing About 6 yards deep in his own end zone. Low snap. He handles and gets the punt off quick, but it's short. Alexander's going to have a chance to return. Fields it at the 49-yard line, looking for room. Goes to the far side. Gets some nice blocking. Crossing the 35. Crossing the 30 down the sideline. And pushed out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Great return. About a 26-yard return there. Let's see where they end up spotting him out of bounds. See Alexander there. He gets to that edge. Good blocking there. Nothing, no peel backs, nothing in the back. And sometimes when you got speed like that on the return, it's almost best to just not block anybody and let speed go to work.
Yeah, let him go. Let him go. More props to our defense.
Yes.
For holding them way back there.
Absolutely.
Keeping the field position.
Return of 23 gives the ball to Holy Innocents at the 27. Davis under center. He's going to keep. And now he's going to get taken down for a loss. He was just indecisive on that pitch. And it's going to be a loss of 4. Driving the ball back to the 31-yard line. And now you got to start thinking about making sure you get in field goal range. And Davis just looked, he's looked a little bit unsure on those last 2 pitches. And sometimes that happens when you come out of the game flow for a quarter and a half.
Yeah, I got to get back in sync.
Yep. You just feel like it's going to take one hit, one play, and he'll be back in his flow. Junior quarterback who's taken a lot of varsity snaps the last 2 years. Davis keeps looking for room, cuts it upfield, and he's going to gain about 3. He does look pretty ginger on that ankle. So it brings up 3rd and 11. Ball on the 28-yard line. It'd be about a 45-yard field goal from here, which we think is inside Dobbs' range. You haven't had to attempt one that far. I think 37 or 40 has been his longest of the year. Snap to Davis. He keeps. Good ball's on the ground. And I think Felton got back on it, but I'm not sure he did. 4th down, and a late flag comes in. And Trinity's pointing in the direction of Holy Innocents. So the penalties have been the story of the first 5 minutes of this 3rd quarter. And this penalty would force Holy Innocents to punt if it is in fact against them.
It looked like a dead ball penalty, right? I mean, the play was dead.
Yep, and it is going to go against Holy Innocents. So defense comes up with a good stop, and offense penalties and not great ball handling, a little misconfusion, a couple tight pitches. It's going to force a punt situation. So
yeah, we missed a golden opportunity right there.
Yes.
We started at the 27.
Yep, and we'll punt from the 47. So let's see if Nichols can pin this one, hopefully inside the 10-yard line. See if his coverage guys can get down there.
Oh, wow. A little high snap, but he got good punt.
Good punt. Fading the sideline. Reed handles inside the 5 and take it down right away. Guess who? Double deuce Hunter Hawk with the tackle. And this drive will start at the 6-yard line for Trinity.
You know, Hunter Hawk, I will never coach him, but you just watching him play, he looks like the kind of guy you just love to coach. You just show him the field.
Yep.
You don't have to do much.
And I love on Fridays when you say you see him at the carpool line and say, Hunter, you ready for the game? And he just smiles.
He just smiles. Just a big old smile. And the closer he gets to Friday, the bigger the smile is.
So the ball will start at the 7-yard line for Trinity Christian. Quarterback Zach Seymour trying to get his offense back on track. He's lined up with his fellow senior Zach Jones in the backfield. Snap to Seymour. He's going to roll. He's looking to throw. Wants to throw deep sidearm. Chuck back shoulder. Incomplete. Pass was intended for 12, Chase Metcalf. Good coverage by Leighton Dixon out there.
Leighton Dixon, a junior?
Mm-hmm. We mentioned his big 90-yard pick six.
He was the hero of the game, and that's including, well, you got the 4 touchdowns by Michael Cox and the 20 tackles by Hunter Hawk, but that one play
just changed everything.
That really changed everything.
That was we mentioned it, 59-48. There was We had a series where we went 3 plays from scrimmage, 3 touchdowns in that game.
Exactly right.
Seymour keeps, and guess who? Hunter Hawk cutting him down at the ankles when it looked like a hole might open up. He does a great job of pursuing from that backside.
Maybe we hold here and get another chance at it.
See what they can do.
With the good field position.
Trinity Christian trying to get out from their own goal line. They've been here all quarter as we're halfway through our third.
Holy Innocents must make them pay eventually.
So Seymour and Jones in the backfield. Jones a yard behind and to the right of Seymour. Seymour snaps, gives to Jones. Jones looking for room, and he's going to be short of the first down. 12-yard line. He's still about 4 yards short. And, you know, they pick up 6 yards there, but with the job that the defense did on first and second down, it still forces a fourth down punt.
Yeah, we're putting them in third and uncomfortable because I don't think throwing is their thing. You know, they need the 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 4s.
So Seymour back deep to punt. Again, we've mentioned it multiple times when that quarterback's your punter. Gotta be ready for anything. Hawk showing a blitz. And well picked up there by Trinity Christian. A high punt. Let's see how it bounces. It's going to settle down and take a nice Holy Innocents bounce. This drive will start at their own 49-yard line with 5:02 to go. And before Holy Innocents starts the drive looking for a touchdown, we can let you at home know that if you want to be part of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club, just visit hiestdclub.org/join. Again, that's hiestdclub.org/join and find out how you can be part of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club.
All right, here we go. Right here, boys.
Somebody else trying to join the Touchdown Club with Michael Cox tonight on this drive. Felton and Vincilette, the A-backs. Give to Cox on first down, drives forward for 4 yards. Coach Winter sticking with the junior Davis. We mentioned it, went out with that ankle injury. Looked a little bit uncomfortable. Mostly just, I think unsure is maybe the better word than uncomfortable about that ankle.
Yeah, I think when he has to plant, when he makes that pitch, that seems to be bothering him a little bit.
Padgett, the receiver, tight to the formation. Give to Cox, and he's cut up from underneath, but not after another gain of 4, bringing up 3rd and 2. Cut up from underneath there by number 4, Bruin Hayes.
Oh, here we go.
So Ronnie Williams comes in for Padgett, 3rd and 2. Cowbells coming out here on the near side for the Trinity Christian defense.
They get excited here when it's 3rd down.
Yes. They get the roar of the lion from the den, and Holy Innocents trying to silence this home crowd on senior night. Snap. Cox keeps first down, has room, staying on his feet, driving forward, crossing the 20, and he is gonna be tracked down inside the 10. But a huge run there, and for about 33 yards on the carry, as he's gonna be dragged down at the 9-yard line. You see there, he bounced just off tackle at the line of scrimmage, and then it's just is somebody gonna drag him down or not? Reed finally chased him down in time from stopping from the end zone, but not in time for getting inside the 10, 1st and goal to go. Off tackle goes Cox, and he's gonna be, is he in? He is. Michael Cox, 2nd touchdown of the game, 15th of the season, and that drive went 51 yards, all of them by Michael Cox. 3:24 to go in our 3rd quarter. And Michael Cox made basically that same move, a little bit of a jump cut right off tackle at the line of scrimmage. And we think of him as a power back, but he certainly has some speed and elusiveness to him.
Shows a little quick feet for a big guy. And then, as we said, he's a north-south guy, no doubt about that.
And nice job there, Matt Davis. Corral, a little bit of a high snap there, putting it down. Just got a little bit of an underrated part of having Davis back in the game, holding those field goals as the lead goes back to 7. So Michael Cox, we mentioned it, had 803 yards coming into the game. He's definitely I would say nearing 100. Picked up 50 on that last drive by himself. 15 touchdowns, had 11 all of last year. Now, granted, I think he only played 8 of the 10 last year, but has 15 through almost 8 games this year.
Gained over 1,000 last year in only
Yes.
9 games because he missed the last one with a bad neck.
But they're glad to have him back this year as the junior puts Holy Innocents up 14-7, 3:24 to go in our third quarter. Two teams that have shown the ability to put up a lot of points. Their defenses came to play, and you know, part of that with both teams coming off a bye week last week, you have a lot of time to prepare for the offense you're about to play. So Dobbs will look to put his second into the end zone, but it's not. It's going to be short. It's going to be fielded by Reed at the 14-yard line, looking for room up the middle. Has a little bit of room. Shakes off one tackler. Shakes off a second, and he's going to be dragged down. William Willis as well as Sam Aiken in there, but good starting field position as Reed returned that one 30 yards out to the 44. And Reed right up the middle. You see this. He shakes off 2 or 3 tacklers. And that's the kind of play that this Trinity Christian offense needed. 2 drives this half, both of them starting inside their 10, not being able to pick up first downs. And it looks like we're going to see number 11 at quarterback. That's David Dallas, the freshman.
Trying to shake things up a little bit.
Saw him thrown on the sideline. Seymour comes in motion. They still use Seymour. Jet sweep to the far side, and Graham Collins strings that one out nicely. So just a little bit of a different look there. Again, the freshman quarterback there is number 11, David Dallas. Not sure if he is the son of head coach Kenny Dallas, but one can assume. But Seymour certainly still being used. He's their go-to guy. So Dallas stays at quarterback. He talks with Seymour. Seymour comes to the slot here at the bottom of the screen in the trip set. See if they bring him in motion for another jet sweep. They won't. They're going to throw with Dallas. He drops back, looking for room. He's got pressure. McKinnis giving chase and gets the sack. Griffin McKinnis with the sack on 2nd and 10, bringing up 3rd and long. See on the replay, McKinnis working from his defensive tackle spot. If you're a defensive tackle and you want to get a sack, you just got to work. You got to beat your man, and then you got to go chase down that quarterback, and McKinnis did just that.
I'm not sure why the clock is stopped.
You're right. And now they wind it, so it may have had it been an official timeout. Dallas palms up to the sideline trying to get the call. The switch at quarterback may have led to a little confusion for this offense, but now they're set. Same formation, trips to the bottom of the screen with the tight end. Dallas at quarterback. Dallas is going to drop back, setting up the screen in the middle. I'm not sure who he threw to. Alexander had a chance to pick it off, but couldn't corral it before it hit the ground. But a big stop there by the Holy Innocents defense.
More good defense.
Crowd coming to life on the far side. You drive all the way down south in Friday afternoon traffic, you got something to cheer for.
There's no good time to leave.
No, I know. Well, I drove by a nice golf course. I thought maybe I should have come down at about noon.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You have no choice but to get here 2 hours early or risk being late. So
you chose a smart way. I rolled in just in time for opening kickoff, and we've had a good one. Let's see how that bounces. Wow, that takes a great bounce. Is it going to roll in? It will.
Wow.
Seymour with almost a huge punt. Great effort by Neal, but couldn't stop it. It needed one more yard or one less rotation. Great punt, Alexander. Yeah, probably the smart play. Alexander was lined up on the far side. He punted to the near side, and look at that thing roll. The official right there.
Yeah, I was blowing the ball in. That's what I was doing.
From high atop the field here. We're up on the roof here at Trinity Christian. Great view, nice facilities. here at Trinity Christian, home of the Lions. The Lions looking for a defensive stop. Michael Cox trying not to allow it, shedding some tacklers, but a lot of east-west running, picked up a yard there. Nice job by the Trinity Christian defense. So gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Michael Cox with his 5th consecutive carry. They're going to stay with the tight formation with the receiver right next to the tight end. He's here at the bottom of the screen. Vincilette and Felton with Cox in the backfield. Davis checks with Coach Winter. And timeout called by Holy Innocents. Although a flag came down for a delay, let's see which one came in first. And Holy Innocents did get the timeout in time. And in a game like this, I mean, that's a good timeout. 5 yards deep in your own territory, that's a lot to give up.
Yeah, you got a 1 possession lead.
We mentioned, the importance, we talked about it early in the game, the importance of this thing for playoff implications. Holy Innocents right now sitting at 25th in the power rankings. Top 24 get in the playoffs, top 8 get a bye. So, and this is the last team Holy Innocents is going to play that's ranked ahead of them. After this, they have Landmark, who's 32nd, Our Lady of Mercy, who's 36 out of 37, I believe. So this is a win where you can solidify yourself.
Coach Winter's biggest win.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like you said, that would, assuming we take care of business
right,
when
absolutely.
we should, in front of a homecoming crowd next week. A 6-4 record. That'll be.
Yeah.
I'm tired of worrying about 5 and 5.
Let's get that 6 and feel comfortable.
Yeah, get the 6 and 4 and just worry about what the seed is and where we'll travel to.
Exactly. So here we go, 2nd and 8 out of the Holy Innocents timeout. 1:03 to go in our 3rd quarter. Felton in motion, give to Cox.
Not much.
And not much doing. Picked up 2 more, bringing up 3rd and 6. As Trinity Christian's really starting to focus in on Cox, but Cox still having some success. Don't want to go away from it.
This is normally where you see the Matt Davis option. Yep,
and I think to your point, they bring Farrell in for this, and I think they just know Farrell has a little more explosiveness right now for a 3rd and long. This was a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. No doubt Davis would still be in the game.
All right.
So we'll see if they go under center or go shotgun. They are going to go under center. Cardi and the receiver here at the bottom of the screen. Farrell's going to throw, quick out route to Cardi and caught. First down, Landon Cardi looking for more, reversing his field, crossing the 50, Landon Cardi in a foot race, and he's going to get caught from behind by Reed. But a great pitch and catch there. Farrell to Cardian, and Cardian with a great catch and run. Picked up another almost 45 on that catch and run. See on the replay, catches that ball at the 30. Nice throw by Farrell through some traffic. And then Cardian showing off some of that speed. 6'4", he's got good strides. Just got a speedster and Reed chasing you down.
Cardian's a good athlete.
So 36 yards after the catch. And that will take us to the end of our 3rd quarter. Only points scored in this quarter went to Holy Innocents, and they lead 14-7 heading into the final 12 minutes here on SUV TV's coverage of Holy Innocents Golden Bears football. We'll be back right after this. Fourth quarter getting underway here in Sharpsburg, Georgia, alongside Dunn Neugebauer. I'm Ned Case here on Holy Innocents Golden Bears football, powered by SUV TV. Holy Innocents up by 7, driving, trying to add more. 1st and 10 on the Trinity Christian 34-yard line. Davis gives to Cox. Cox falling, bullying, going forward for a gain of 6 or 7 on 1st down.
This will be huge if we can put points on the board right here. That'll put Trinity Christian in a position they don't want to be in.
Yep.
You know, they'd rather run it.
Final play of the 3rd quarter was about a 40-yard catch and run. Landon Cardian off the pass from Farrell. Picked up a 3rd and 8. Felton checks with Davis, makes sure they're on the same page, and now gets lined up. He comes in motion. They give to Cox. Cox spins off one tackler, backpedaling forward for another 2 yards, bringing up 3rd and 2.5.
Third down in the short 3.
3rd down, the Lion roar from the PA system. Trinity Christian fans getting on their feet, feeling the importance of every 3rd down. Holy Innocents needing just 2 yards. Davis snaps, keeps, and is going to have the 1st down coming to the sideline. And that's the best run we've seen of Davis since coming back into this game. Needed 2, picked up 3.
That was big.
See Davis on the ball handling. And I think coming to the left side, you know, helps a little bit with that ankle.
Yep, I do too.
We're assuming ankle, don't want to speak too out of turn, but Davis got a little caught up with Cox in that 1st quarter, missed the 2nd. He's been back all half. Give to Felton on the edge, trying to get to the sideline, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds after a gain of 3. Davis with a good pitch out to Felton. Either I've been off my game today or Davis has been very impressive with his ball handling, because I've missed a couple. That was a nice job there, faking the dive and getting an accurate pitch out to Felton. So 2nd and 8. Ball just outside the red zone. Cardian tight to the formation as a receiver. And Davis keeps, now pitches out to Felton. Ball's on the ground, still on the ground, and I think Felton found a way to fall on top of it. Davis slow to get up. See on the replay, pitch just a step in front of Felton is what it looked like. And there it is, just out in front of him. Him and Vinchelette did a nice job to make sure White fell on top of it. So if you pick up about 5 more yards, it's a 37-yard field goal. We've seen Dobbs hit that already this year. They trot Farrell back onto the field for this 3rd and long. Clock winds, under 10 to go. Cardian splits out to the top of the screen. He's got Neal in coverage. Farrell, draw play. Cox looking for room. He's going to get to the 20. Needs the 15, or excuse me, the 14. He's going to be just short, but it is going to be in field goal range, and late flags come out as Richard Johnson's helmet is in the end zone. Richard Johnson's been downfield blocking a lot throughout this game. Just trying to see where the ball was spotted. Didn't see what happened back by the goal line. The flags are at the 4-yard line. Reed is pleading his case to the officials. So in field goal range, but we'll see what this flag does. It's either going to give him a 1st down or back Holy Innocents out of field goal range. Had an unsportsmanlike already go against Holy Innocents in this 2nd half. And here comes the call from the white hat. It looks like they're pointing towards, no, they're going to. So an illegal shift was called on Holy Innocents. And then dead ball, personal foul on Trinity Christian. So they walk off the 5-yard penalty, and then they go 15 towards the goal line, and they replay third down. So it goes from a 3rd and 11 to a 3rd and 2. No automatic first downs in high school football, and a timeout called by Holy Innocents.
It's big. Got to be careful. Get in the end zone here, get a 2-possession lead. And, I like our chances.
Done thinking about touchdowns, and we want to remind you at home, if you want to be part of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club, just visit hiestdclub.org/join. Find out what membership level fits you best to be part of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club. So 9:29 to go. Holy Innocents uses their second timeout of this second half. The first one was called to save a delay of game, which ended up working out as they picked up the first down, I believe, on this same drive, actually. Almost on this exact same spot on the field, but going the other way in the third quarter. Alongside Dunn Neugebauer, I'm Ned Case.
And on a side note, I saw Jack McGrew and his mother the other day.
Great people, relatives of mine, former basketball player here at Holy Innocents.
I forgot to tell you. Sorry, I didn't mean to digress.
No. Always good to see the alums around town. You mentioned it, homecoming next week for Holy Innocents. They'll see some more. They're hoping to come back with a 2-game winning streak. 3rd and 2. Cox behind Davis. Give to Cox. First down. Inside the 15, down to the 11.
Number 35, Michael Cox up the middle. It's going to be enough for Holy Innocents. First down.
So 9:24 to go. Clock will wind as they set the chains. And Holy Innocents getting closer to that goal line. They can pick up a first down inside the 2-yard line. Felton in motion. Davis gives to Cox. Cox down inside the 5 at the 4. Gain of 7 on that carry. And looks like Richard Johnston a little slow to get up. He pops up quickly. So Johnston will have to come out for at least one play. Little ginger on that right leg. Graham Collins will come in. They may just bump one of their tight ends onto Johnston's tackle position on the offensive line. Here we go, second down, ball on the 4-yard line. They can get a first down at the 1. Give to Cox, nowhere to go. Well defended there by the interior for Trinity Christian. Bring it up 3rd and 4, and flags coming all over the place.
Yeah, there you go.
As the PA announcer agrees with me. And the officials are walking over towards Coach Winter. Didn't see what happened. It was something in this pile. We see the replay. Didn't see much on that one. Something maybe just right at the bottom of that pile. The officials having a conversation with Coach Winter on the far side, as you can see on your screen. Not much emotion out of Coach Winter, so not sure what happened on that one. It's been a penalty-filled second half after about a 50-minute first half. Officials still discussing. The Trinity Christian defense almost part of the discussion. So a very important call here. And the officials look like they want to walk the ball back, and they do start walking it back. So it is going to go against Holy Innocents. And if it's dead ball, it's going to be after the play. So it'll be 3rd down, unsportsmanlike. on Holy Innocents. So this game has been getting chippy, and that one hurts Holy Innocents after the last one helped them. So it brings up 3rd down from the 19-yard line, 3rd and 18. Farrell in at quarterback. He's going to be under center. You're in field goal range right now, so we'll see what Coach Winter's thinking. Farrell's going to throw, rolling right now. He's going to choose to step upfield and run. Gained maybe a yard, possibly 2. And the field goal unit is going to trot onto the field. So no gain on the play, 4th down.
Be about a 35-yarder,
Yep.
maybe 36.
30, looks like Davis is going to have this one spotted at the 26, which would make it 4th from 36. Dobbs made one from 37 in the last game. Low kick, it's not going to get there, and a huge stop for the Trinity Christian defense as Dobbs' field goal never had a chance. It was a low liner the whole way.
That was big. That was big.
And you got to imagine that the penalty, right, that's a short field goal. It's kind of just, you know, chip for Dobbs, but when you get back to 35 plus, got to put a little more leg into that. So here we go. Still a 1-possession game. Holy Innocents chewed up a good chunk of clock there, but nothing showing for it.
Got to rely on the defense. It's done a great job all night.
We saw the freshman David Dallas at quarterback last possession, but they're going to go back to the senior Seymour. He's got 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen, 2 in a stack, as you can see right at the numbers on the 20. Seymour is going to give to Jones. Jones looking for room just a little bit, and he can't break more than 1 tackle, gain of 3. And I'm not sure why the clock has stopped.
Now they got it going.
This time Jones to the right of Seymour. Seymour coming out, quick throw.
He's
got a man.
God, he's got room.
And not seeing what's going on is Alexander downfield. It's gonna be Metcalf to the house, 76 yards. As Seymour pulled the ball from Jones' stomach, flared it out quickly to Metcalf. Nobody was there. Alexander was giving chase downfield to the receiver on the go route. And Metcalf just had to make one move that you'll see right here, right around midfield. Cuts it back inside. And that was all he would need.
When he caught it, there was no one within 20 yards of him because our D-backs were down the field looking for something longer.
So the important extra point here by Aldridge. He drilled his last one through. High snap. This one is again high and through. So 14 all. We talked about Holy Innocents had been the explosive plays that had plagued the defense. Now, granted, you know, you give up 14 points through 3.5 quarters. Most games you're in a good spot. But a 76-yard pass and catch ties this one up here at senior night at Trinity Christian.
Quick turn of events from us on their 4-yard line.
Yep.
And then about 3 plays later, them running in 76 yards.
A missed field goal and a low snap on a punt have put Holy Innocents in a tough spot. But Alexander's made some nice plays in the return game on special teams, so let's see if he can do that here. Him and Farrell are going to be back deep. 7:01 to go in our 4th quarter. So life here for Trinity Christian as they pick up a much-needed score and on an explosive play nonetheless. Aldridge tees this one up on the near hash at the 40-yard line. Inside their own 5s are Alexander and Farrell. Aldridge, nice boot on this one. Is it going to get in the end zone? It won't. Alexander's going to field it at the 2. He's looking for room coming up the near side. He's got an alley now. He's got the sideline and some blockers in front of him. Alexander crossing the 40, and he's going to be dragged down at the 48-yard line. So Alexander with another great return. He's had him in the kickoff game and the punt return game so far tonight. You see him field that one almost at the goal line. Great blocking by the return team for Holy Innocents. And just tracked down from behind as he tried to change field. Quarterback Seymour on the tackle there. So ball on their own 48-yard line for the Golden Bears. Davis in at quarterback. Felton and Vincilette, the A-backs. Cox, the B-back. Carty and the receiver at the bottom of the screen. Davis keeps. He's got some room out in front of him. Nice block by Vincilette and Carty and giving him some block. But Neal sheds the block and makes a tackle. Gain of about 6 on that. Neal with a really nice tackle there. If Neal doesn't make that tackle, there's a ton of green grass out in front of Davis. As you see, Carty with a nice initial block. Neal did a nice job of shedding it to make the tackle.
Now we need that time-consuming drive. Put it in the end zone.
Felton comes in motion. Davis keeps, now pitches out to Felton. He gets a block. He's trying to get to the sideline. Neal's going to make another great play from his cornerback position. Just when it looks like there's some room on the edge, 2 plays in a row, Jalen Neal's made great plays. And I think that may be Neal down on the far side. So official timeout, 5:54 to go. Tied ball game after the 76-yard pass and catch from Seymour to Metcalf. Nice return by Alexander, got the ball out near midfield. But 3rd and 4 facing this Bears offense. Davis looks like he may be getting a little bit of work on by the training staff on the far side. Now Neal on a knee. And now Neal's up, walking on his own power. So officials get the teams back on the field. Big 3rd and 5, really, 3rd and 4, I guess. They need the 42-yard line of Trinity Christian to move the chains.
Yeah, big play right here.
Alexander in for Vincilette at the A-back spot. See if they use his speed. They also use him as a pass catcher. 3 down linemen and edge rushers for the Lion defense. Give, pitch, Alexander on the edge, gets the block from Felton, and a first down. They took advantage of Neal out of the game, got a nice block on the edge. Chains move. And see just that true triple option look. Davis keeps, draws the edge defender, and Felton on the outside, doing just enough with his block. So ball now at the 39-yard line. Picked up 7 on that play. Give to Cox. There was a defenseman right in the backfield. Looked like McMurrin hit Davis right as he handed it off. Cox still managed to pick up a handful. They give him 3.
Second down.
Will Shane comes in at tight end. Collins checks out. Padgett, the receiver. Clock approaches 5 minutes. Felton in dummy motion, and the Lion defense almost went but got back. Felton resets here at the bottom of the screen. Davis keeps trying to get to the edge. He's going to need Alexander, and he pitches it to Alexander late. And a pickup of a few. That was adventurous.
Yeah, it was.
Davis banging the ground out of frustration. Not sure if he's upset with the play or if he's having a little bit of pain. You see here, Davis, he flipped that to him in his right hand. He did. That was an adventurous play. That may have gone as a forward pass. Give Davis his first completion of the day. But a 3rd and 4, maybe a long 5. Davis ball pops up in the air, and he has nowhere to go. And now a decision for Coach Winter. And some mistakes have really plagued Holy Innocents, who's played the better game for the most part. Been a couple special teams mishaps. Of course, the last defensive missed assignment, and then a bobbled snap there. Marshall Nichols is going to come out to punt this one, see if he can't pin them deep in their own territory. And Coach Winter's going to have to use his final timeout as they only had 10 guys on the field. So Holy Innocents has been in control for much of this game, letting things slip away from them a little bit in the 4th quarter. Just need to regain control. A big punt here and a stop by the defense could give them great field position with a chance to win the game. But this punt's important, because if it goes in the end zone, you only know about a net of 16.
That's right.
So you really want to do something with this punt. And you talked about it. I mean, Marshall Nichols, only a sophomore, but an impressive punter throughout the year.
Yeah, he's been, around 40. So I know he averaged 41 the first game, and he's been very consistent.
Yep. Need about 35 as the ball's on the 36 right now.
Of course, if I'm Trinity Christian, I'm thinking fake punt in the back of my head, knowing the way Coach Winter is.
No doubt, and Coach Winter has his offense on the field. And I don't think Trinity Christian's ready for this. Coach Dallas and Farrell's in at quarterback. So 4th and 6, they try to draw them off sides if they're going to run something. They're going to run something. Quick throw, pass is deflected and intercepted. It's not going to matter. It's going to be a turnover. Trinity Christian's going to get the ball. What a play by the linebacker, Walter. Carson Walter not only knocked that ball up in the air, but I think intercepted it on the ground. It's not going to matter. It's been a 4th down turnover anyways. But I think he picked that off in an incredibly acrobatic play. Walter, we've mostly called his name as the tight end blocking, comes up with a big defensive play there. Although, is there a flag down?
I don't know what the refs are talking about something. Penalty on Trinity. Well, it's going to back.
That may have been too many men on the field when they all came on the field after the interception. Not exactly sure what that call was, but it'll back up Trinity Christian to their 19. So Seymour's going to come out of the shotgun, empty backfield, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Jones in the slot. Now Jones is going to come in motion. Jet sweep. They're going to keep it with Seymour. He's looking for room, trying to get to the near side. He's got some room down the sideline. Seymour crossing the 50, down the 40. Dixon giving chase. He's the only one that's going to have an angle on him. Seymour cuts it back, but tripped up by Dixon at the 20. And a huge run there of 60 yards for the senior Seymour. And they spread out the defense, ran the jet sweep. Seymour kept it on a quarterback counter. And 60 yards into the red zone. Ball spotted at the 20 of Holy Innocents, 3:44 to go.
I thought he was going all the way, actually, and we made him cut back.
Yep. Dixon forced the cut back and made the tackle. Tight formation. Seymour gives to Jones. Jones looking for room and nowhere to go. Met right at the line. Collins, Hawk, and McKinnis in on the tackle. 3:14 to go. Clock winds. Holy Innocents out of timeouts. Trinity Christian with all three. 14-14 game. Seymour snaps, comes to his right on the quarterback power. He's got blockers in front of him, has room, stays on his feet until Hunter Hawk finally drags him down at the 15-yard line. They're going to give him the 14. It'll bring up a 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 4. They need about the 10.5-yard line. Aldridge has shown his ability to kick the ball well, so if they don't get it here, they seem to be well within Aldridge's range.
Yeah, his extra points have been
well through.
Yeah, well high and well through.
Yep. And with the play clocks on the field, they can see what's going on, make sure they snap at the right time, make sure they manage the clock well, and that's what Coach Dallas is doing.
Yeah,
it's like he's going to call a timeout with.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep, that's what he does.
So calls timeout with 1 on the play clock, 2:06 on the game clock. Ball on the 14, need about the 10.5 for a first down. And it's been a great game by this Holy Innocents defense, minus 2 explosive plays, and they both come late in the 4th quarter, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's we had some opportunity. And of course, it's not over. We can still do it.
No doubt.
But we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times.
And to Trinity Christian's credit, they've taken advantage of the mistakes that Holy Innocents has made. Holy Innocents winning in a shootout last week, trying to show they can win now in a low-scoring, grinded-out type of game. But they're going to need a stop and maybe a turnover or a blocked field goal to keep this thing tied up. The officials will wind the play clock. The officials getting the offense on the field. They're still over there talking to the coaching staff. Seymour alone in the backfield. He's got the tight end Walter to his left. They bring Jones in motion. They give it to Jones on the jet sweep, and he's tackled for loss. I think once again that was Spencer Getz on the tackle. It was. Great play by 70 in white. So now you're under 2, 4th down. Need a field goal to take the lead. And we'll see if Coach Dallas again chooses to wind it down. Looks like he's going to. Again, Holy Innocents out of timeouts. Had to call one for almost a delay of game and one to debate what to do on a 4th down. So this ball, or the timeout's going to be called with 1:27 on the clock. And Ethan Aldridge will have the game on his foot right here as of now. Chance to give Trinity Christian a lead here on senior night. Aldridge, one of the 14 seniors for this Lion team, who's at 5-2 on the year in their first GHSA varsity season under head coach Kenny Dallas.
If he does make it, the fact that we have no timeouts is a little painful.
Yep.
Because we too like to run it, but that won't be the case.
And we have seen a couple extra points blocked this year. I think Collins and Hawk have both gotten through to block them.
Yeah, Graham Collins, yeah, they both have.
Yep.
That's correct.
So see if maybe one of those guys can squirt free. Maybe a guy like Michael Cox can get his big hand up there, knock this thing down. We'll see what happens. Looks like Metcalf, who scored the touchdown to tie this thing up, is going to be the holder. He counts to make sure he's got 11 on the field.
And 33 yards.
33-yarder, good snap, hold. Kick is, I think, through, and it is. With 1:23 to go, Aldridge gives Trinity Christian the 17-14 lead. A big-time kick by the senior. 33 yards, plenty of height. Just had to make sure he split the uprights. And he did. That one almost went over the uprights. $1:23 to go. No timeouts. You got to imagine we'll see Farrell as the quarterback.
Yeah, we will.
We've seen them out of the shotgun a few times this game. And they only need a field goal. I know Dobbs' last attempt was a low liner that didn't go, but he has a good leg. If they can get the ball down near the 30, 25-yard line, they're going to have a chance. And Farrell and Alexander have been strong in the return game.
Yeah, I was about to say, Taekwon just returned it 48 yards last time. They might consider kicking it away from
That's what I was going to say. Maybe they squib it. We'll see what they end up doing. Again, Holy Innocents out of timeouts, but clock does stop on first downs in high school football, just like in college. So Aldridge will get about an 8-yard head start on this kick. And it's going to be a low liner. It's going to need to be fielded. Ball's on the ground, and I think Trinity Christian came up with it. They did. Trinity Christian pooch kicked it right to the middle of the field, right in between Hawk and Aiken. Neither of them could get there in time. And it looked like 16 Burks was the one who jumped on that football. And with no timeouts,
yeah, they'll take a knee.
I think they'll just take a knee and be able to wind this one off. As the Lions will move to 6-2 on the year. Holy Innocents will fall to 3-5 and need to win their last two to have a fighting chance at the playoffs. And if you're Holy Innocents, it's a game of, could have been, almost was.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
But yes.
That's one they'll play over in their mind when they think of, this play and that play.
Yep.
And yeah, they're just going to go into, I guess, what they call victory formation. And do that.
Seymour takes his first snap of the game from under center, and it's to go down in the victory position. And they'll spot the ball and wind the clock. So they may need 2 more kneels. So Holy Innocents, jumped out of that lead and fumbled in their red zone in the first half, and then a low snap giving Trinity Christian, 11 yards to work to get in the end zone. And just kind of, I think leaving Trinity Christian in this game at home on senior night, it just gave the Lions hope, and they finally kind of grabbed it with that big 76-yard pitch and catch.
Yeah, we left the door open. They had the 2 big plays in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And their kicker just showed a lot of leg.
Yeah, an impressive, gutsy kick by Aldridge. And there won't be a need to snap the ball again. Coach Dallas picks up a big and impressive win. Some frustration by Holy Innocents. Coach Winter's going to talk to his guys, make sure they win and lose the correct way. And that will do it. So 17-14, Holy Innocents comes up a field goal short. As with 1:23 to go, the Lions split the uprights to give themselves the 17-14 lead. We talked about it. It was the mistakes and the turnovers that are going to haunt Holy Innocents. But you got 2 more games. All you can do is go out there, try to win them, and see where things end up.
Yeah, homecoming crowd next week for us. And winnable game, get back on the right track, win 5, and see what happens.
No doubt. Landmark Christian, the opponent next week for Holy Innocents at home. For Dunn Neugebauer and our entire crew, I'm Ned Case. Thanks for tuning in tonight to SUV TV's coverage of Holy Innocents Golden Bears football.